My mission is simple, to make you money. I'm here to level the playing field for all investors. There's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to help you find it. Mad Money starts now. Hey, I'm Cramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Cramerica. Other people want to make friends. I'm just trying to help you make some money. My job is not just to entertain, but to educate, teach. So call me at 1-800-743-CBC or tweet me at Jim Cramer. If you're going to pick stocks, you need a healthy amount of skepticism, but you can't have too much skepticism to the point of corrosion. You need the ability to believe in something. Otherwise, you'll miss out on amazing opportunities that this market affords you. We saw some of them play out today. Even as the averages were kind of not so hot, Dow dipping 159 points, S&P declining 0.42%, NASDAQ sinking 0.79%, although those closing prices were well off the lows. I think we've got a big problem here on Wall Street. That's where I'm located right now, Wall Street. Put simply, most people don't trust the market anymore. They don't trust CEOs. They don't trust individual companies. There's endless skepticism and little sincere belief. Now, I'm planning to run a whole series on why we've lost faith in the market. You and I both know that's happened. Why most people have given up on owning pieces of individual companies. A lot of it comes down to the fact that the day-to-day action rarely makes much sense. So much trading, so much trying to game things, stocks going up or down for reasons that have nothing to do with the underlying companies. It's discouraging, incoherent, and maddening all at the same time. But there are still some glorious moments when the market works like it's supposed to. That's why tonight I'm kicking off my Buy America series with two non-dysfunctional examples, both of which were highly gettable. I know that because we own them big for my charitable trust. First, this morning, Eli Lilly reported a simply tremendous quarter, led by great numbers from Mounjaro. And that's the diabetes/weight loss drug I repeatedly and endlessly said could be the biggest drug of all time. I believe that when all is said and done, we'll find out that it can help you shed about 18% of your weight. It can lower your blood pressure. It can prevent cardiovascular disease and sleep apnea. And it can even stop heavy drinking. One shot once a week. What a miracle. Truly phenomenal. We also got some data from Novo Nordisk, a competitor, which has a competing drug in the same class, known as either Wegovy or Ozempic. They say it might just be a matter of time before a huge chunk of the population has its life altered by this medication. I think the health insurers and Medicare will come around to paying for these drugs because they are that life-saving. In response to the terrific numbers and the positive pin action from Novo Nordisk, Eli Lilly stock jumped nearly 15% today. It makes sense. You see, if they really have one of the best-selling drugs in history, you could argue a 15% gain is just too small. Maybe it should have been 25%. Either way, this company is worth a heck of a lot more today than it was yesterday when we didn't have this incredibly positive new information. You invent an amazing new product. It sells like crazy. Then your stock soars. That's perfectly rational action. By the way, the other side of the trade makes sense, too. The medical device companies that help regulate diabetes and sleep apnea, they saw their stocks sell off today. They'll have less business if Lilly Shot does what I think it'll do. If it does what the company claims it can do. Perfectly logical that they're selling off because there's so many things that this Mounjaro can do right. Second example of the market working right. Does it make sense that Nvidia is the #1 performing stock of the year in the S&P 500? Of course it does. This company makes semiconductors that previously were only used to give you the best graphics in video games. Cool business, but definitely not enough to justify a $1.1 trillion market cap. But then we found out that Nvidia's chips are the backbone of artificial intelligence. Nobody else comes close. This morning, in a simply brilliant talk, CEO Jensen Huang showed you how bundles of their high-end semiconductors can allow you to talk directly to a machine and have it generate amazing ideas using artificial intelligence that you can't possibly have by yourself, and it does it in a very democratic way. You don't need a comp sci degree from Caltech to use it. You just talk. You can tell it you want to design a plant that makes new electric cars for Mercedes-Benz. The machine does pretty much everything else because it can generate inferred intelligence. It basically has digital robots that it teaches to quickly do what you want them to do, then goes out and renders the plan on their own. Then you can make adjustments also by talking to the machine. You want more space for workers, it draws it. You want lithium-ion batteries in the engine, it draws it. You can make it as perfect as you want. Then you can take their design and build its giant digital twin, the factory itself. A $100 million facility built with older equipment could be replaced with an $8 million investment in Nvidia's new technology, with 20 times less power used. The largest market in the world, by far, is the manufacturing market, especially the factory building side of the equation. I watched the video of Jensen Rapp this morning explaining how, if used effectively, his technology could revolutionize the entire manufacturing economy. Trillions of dollars worth of manufacturing, largest business in the world. As he tells it, the more Nvidia chips you buy, the more you'll save on the rest of your business. No wonder his stock is the year's biggest winner. Find me another company that can invent something that upends the world as we know it, that can impact $50 trillion in heavy industry. When you look at it through that lens, Nvidia absolutely deserves this $1.1 trillion valuation. If anything, the number's probably too low. The other side of the trade, well, given their AI dominance, it stands to reason you might want to pay less for other semiconductors with chips that are much less powerful, little chance of ever catching up. That doesn't have to happen today. See, you need to think twice if Jensen's right. And I have no doubt, no reason to doubt the word of the man I call Da Vinci, because he's a genuine Renaissance man. He's never steered me wrong. Very rational. This stock's been unstoppable. Now, there are other companies that reported admittedly weak earnings today. Alteryx didn't like how its quarter closed itself, so its stock lost nearly 18% of its value. It makes sense. Datadog came in the quarter with sky-high expectations. So high, we got a growth forecast that was merely good, not great. Stock plunges 17%. But for the most part, thousands of stocks move down and up on nothing other than some silly short-term nonsense that's not worth your time. It's like the stuff only exists to make you confused. That's what's throwing so many people off. That's why I want to get it correct, and that you should be in individual stocks, not just index funds. So why can't we just find the Eli Lilly or Nvidia and own them? Hey, we can, and we did. At least you remember the investing club, because I hounded you to own these stocks. But many others were scared away from Lilly by bad press about how patients were giving up on the drug in droves. Not true. We saw tons of stories about how it would be a fad. Not true. We heard it caused suicidal ideation. Hey, so does life. All of these stories scared you away from this fantastic stock. We stuck with it for the investing club because we'd done the homework. We were focused. We believe. Nvidia. Why did so few people I know own it? I mean, did they not hear that I named my late dog Nvidia? Did they not listen to my endless multi-year pan to the man and the myth? No. When I look back, I think many investors were misled by the past. They just couldn't believe that a gaming company would be able to stand up to, say, Intel. They thought the whole thing was too pie in the sky, to be credible. They chose not to believe, and they missed out on two of the greatest rallies I've ever seen. Bottom line, you can potentially make big money by keeping your eyes and ears open as long as you suspend your corrosive, sardonic, skeptical, overly critical self and accept the reality that sometimes companies invent amazing things that generate hundreds of billions or even trillions of dollars of wealth. You can grab some of that wealth. You can claim your fair share, but only if you are willing to believe. Chris in New Jersey. Chris.
Hey, Jim, a big Garden State booyah from me and my daughter, Olivia. Booyah!
Excellent. Booyah. Olivia, obviously, very, very good familiar booyah. How can I help?
Hey, Jim, I was calling about NextEra Energy, ticker symbol NEE. My father picked it up for me a while ago, and I'm sitting on a nice gain and a great dividend yield. They increased their dividends by about 10% annually. However, the stock's had a decline in the last year. My question to you is, should I stay put?
I actually want you to stay put. I mean, it's not my favorite. Look, I like One Oak and I like Enbridge, but I would not have you sell NextEra down here. It's too low. I think it's not great, but I think it's too low. James in New York. James.
Booyah, Jimmy Chill. What's
There's
going
a man
on?
You come to play. I like that. I want people to come to play. How can I help?
Oh, brother, I've been following you since TheStreet.com back in the 90s. Love your show.
Wow.
Awesome, man.
Thank
and
you.
Also, great piece last night on the FTC. I love the fact that you tell everything in candor. You tell it like it is.
I sure try.
Political. You're
Thank
the man.
you. Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, Jim, I have a question. We both own Palo Alto.
Right.
Obviously, since Fortinet went down, it went down in sympathy and with a downgrade, too. But I have a question about it.
Sure.
Palo Alto came out and said that they're going to report 10 days from now. It's a Friday afternoon in the summer at 4 o'clock. Now, when you're working on your tomato garden and, we started our weekend, is that a red flag?
No, I didn't like it. I don't like that they're doing it. I don't like that Nikesh Arora's doing that. I agree with you. I know he's got to do a lot of one-on-one meetings. I know he's going to lay out a very long plan. I wish he were not reporting on that Friday, and I think it's scaring people, and the shorts are ganging up, and they're trying to knock it down, all because of that Friday deadline. It is a shame because I think the company's got a 3-year outlook, and that is going to be worth owning. All right, and thank you for the kind comments. Now, you can claim some of the wealth of these great companies, but only if you're willing to believe, and I'm going to try to get you to believe. On Mad Money tonight, and maybe learn that ONEOK, one of my favorites, will be acquiring Magellan Midstream Partners in a deal that shakes up the pipeline space. I'm learning what the deal means for you, right from Magellan's top brass. Then Restaurant Brands International, that's the company behind Burger King and Popeyes, reported better than expected results for the second quarter. So why did the stock not do anything? I'm getting the bottom of that one with the company's executive chairman. And from weight loss to Alzheimer's, Eli Lilly has several key treatments, which is why I caught our eye for the Travel Trust. And I'm learning more about what's in that pipeline, as I mentioned at the top of the show, when we speak to the CEO. So stay with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.